Thank you for tuning into the Hip Hop United podcast. I am your host, Mike Connick, bringing you episode 5, Graffiti Art. Again, this is Hip Hop United podcast where the culture speaks for itself. I am your host, Mike Connick, the voice of the elements. Now, most people, when they hear graffiti, they think about vandalism, they think it's crime, they don't think it's art, they think it's just properties being damaged or something that needs to be erased. But in hip-hop, graffiti is expression. It's identity, it's visibility, it's for the people who felt invisible but now have a voice in writing. Graffiti art is more than just spray paint on a wall. It's lettering, it's style, it has presence, it's saying I exist. It's saying I'm not asking for permission to say it either. So we gotta go back to the beginning. Writers put their names where the world could see them. They put them on trains, the walls, the alleyways, anywhere they could be seen. Because if society wouldn't give them space, they created it on their own. Every tag was a statement. A lot of people only see the tag though, but they don't understand the layers. You see, a tag, that's your signature. A throw up is speed and style. A piece is full expression. There's different forms, but they pretty much serve the same purpose. Now, just like in the other 3 elements of hip-hop, DJing, MCing, and Bboying, style is everything. Anybody can write letters, but not everybody can bend them, flip them, make them breathe. That's where the artistry comes in. Your lines, your colors, your structure, that becomes your voice. Graffiti was rebellion, but not rebellion for destruction. Rebellion against being ignored. Against systems that decided whose art really mattered and whose didn't. So writers took to the city as their canvas. And here's what people often miss. Graffiti shaped visual identity in hip-hop. It was on album covers, streetwear, logos, murals. A lot of what the world calls design today. That came from the creativity of writers. Now, some people copy the look. It's called biting, without understanding the roots. They use graffiti fonts, street aesthetics, but don't respect the history behind it. And that disconnect really matters. It really matters in hip-hop to be respected. Graffiti didn't ask for a gallery. It just turned the streets into one. And that's the exciting part. Graffiti is not just decoration. Actually, it's not decoration at all. It's communication. A coded language of style, struggle, and self-definition. Graffiti art is written soul of hip-hop. It gave walls a voice and cities a story. And every writer who put their name up was claiming space in a world that overlooked them. So when you see graffiti on the walls, on trains, when you're at a stoplight, try to look deeper. Try to look beyond the paint, beyond the wall. Try to slow down that train and catch those funky letters. Try to see the message, see the history, see the culture, the artistic behind it. Because without the writing, there's no visual voice. There would be no hip-hop. Again, this is Hip Hop United Podcast, and I appreciate you listening to all 5 episodes. We've pretty much covered an overview and broke down the 4 elements of hip-hop. Now, some will say that there's a couple more elements to hip-hop. We'll get into that later. But for now, you are now tuned in to the Hip Hop United Podcast. I am your host, Mike Connick. Thank you very much. This is the voice of the elements, where the culture speaks for itself.